38 om presies te wees, hier in die Stem in die Paradys, natuurlik jou Stem in die Paradys hier in FM. En dis nou daai geleentheid waar ons 'n baie indrukwekkende persoon aan u gaan bekendstel. And this man, I met him this morning quickly. It was not even an hour's meeting this morning, and impressed me so much. And his whole life was really committed to develop communities. And he also told me, before you can do something, or before you can change the world, you need some information. Specific information, you need data in order to see what is the challenges before you can work on the challenges. Now, he can introduce himself. I know his name is Thierry. Thierry, warm welcome here to Irin FM here in George. I met you this morning and you said you're part of the organization called Magic Co-op. Can you brief us what you are doing? And just a bit of yourself quickly.
Well, the word magic probably contains most of what we do, which is magic. So
some magic.
We are just, and I wanted to focus on the youth because obviously for us the change of the world is in the hands and the hearts and the minds and the attitudes and the behaviors of the youth.
Yeah.
Because we already think of the past, and for us the most important thing about the youth is that they have to do something that's known in all over the world, in all the religion. It's know yourself. And as one of the things that is happening is ourselves, elders, we have never been taught in our education about how to know ourselves. So the first thing that we are doing in the cooperative is to develop a sense of questioning about who you are, what you want to do, what's your relationship with others. That's a set of questions that we start in the cooperative. And also, the moment you do this, you have to know how to share that with others, because the moment you start to reveal to others who you are, what you want to do, the others respond. So there are those sort of things in the magic that we are creating a completely new way of being, a way of seeing the world. Because if we are going to be sticking to mainstream media and fake news, we're going to be fake. We are going to be nowhere. So the whole message must come from inside of you and share it with other people who've got the same sort of source, which is you and the greater thing. And so it's a bit of a special thing to drive the magic, to lead the magic, to just be the magic.
I mean, Thierry, with respect, and thank you for that, I like the word you use, know yourselves, as a point. But look into stats, and stats is a lot of information. Sometimes we can believe stats, other times it's just a figure. But I mean, it's real that youth unemployment in South Africa is sitting on somewhere on 65%. And if you compare that to one of our neighbor country, Angola, for example, is sitting on an 8%. I mean, so what is wrong with our youth in South Africa? Is it a educational problem? Is it this mindset problem from ourselves, from in ourselves? Is it a community problem? Is it a country problem? Where should we start to solve this problem of unemployment? I mean, I believe if you got something in yourself, you will try. You can fail for sure, but you will stand up and you will do it again and again. It's all this mindset, know yourself, your capabilities, I mean, your energy, I mean, your influence and all those stuff. What are you telling me from your side?
You know, you have made a very good point even in your language now, is you talk about a problem.
Yeah.
In magic we don't have that, because automatically if you say you have a problem,
there is a problem, yeah.
So, and this is a little bit what's happening in the country. We are telling the youngsters they've got no job. We're telling every single thing like this all the time, etc. And it shaped their minds, it shaped their everything. And they become very despondent, very depressed, very everything. So what we do at the Magic, we are letting them do things. Just do. For example, you were talking about data.
Yeah.
In municipalities, they can't even repair any tap or any geyser, etc. in the township, because they don't know who has got a geyser, who's got a tap to start with. So what we do, we're taking youngsters who are matriculant with no jobs or no employment,
Yeah.
and we teach them what is water, sanitation. You know, so already they have another idea about a geyser and a tap. They have an idea about the importance of water. You made out of water. You are made of 80% of water. So what you're going to tell us by interviewing people about geysers and taps and everything like this is the most important subject there is water, because you are water. So we are shaping their interview system by giving them a higher purpose about taking the data. And then after this, technically, we are telling them which information you need to, so they run from house to house, and they say things, and they discover that many houses have got shacks at the back. At the back, those guys don't have taps, and they take the data. Because you see, all that data is amalgamated and given to the municipality for them to have a real picture about what's happening. Because you can't respond to a challenge if you don't have data. And the youth are available. They all know how to make a laptop. I'm an old man, not really old, but you know, IT for me is, I was not born in IT, but they're born in IT, they know everything. So because they've got the technological tools, if you give them not only a content, a methodology, and a spirit of how you communicate with the community, some people stay much more than an hour. They stay more because they're interested. And this person will tell them more about 6 or 7 other families who've got challenges with their water that they would. So we are teaching not teaching. We are putting the youth in a situation where they find themselves responsible. They start to look into things differently, and they've got a role is to take that data as accurately as possible, compile it, discuss it among themselves before they make a report. So there is many set of tools that we use in Magic. For example, the title of that group is called You and I.
You and I.
Which means if it's written down, you say uni.
Oh, I
so
see.
You and I means we cannot do anything yourself. You have to do it with other people. Okay. Then we've got another set. We say when me be we. You know, and we're telling them Malcolm X in the United States, which was an incredible liberator, whatever, exactly said that 40 years ago. So you guys, you must try to find your information in people like Malcolm X and Steve Biko and Gandhi, and other people are telling you the same message. So you're not the only one. Yeah. And so I don't know what we do exactly. We have a lot of young people now after 5 years who are picking up on those methodologies, and they do things on their own, using music in particular. There's a lot of guys who are going to rap. I don't know what rap means, but rap, jive, and all these kind of things. And so they express themselves in a different way, in a way that they have hope. They sense themselves useful. Because everything starts by doing. The moment you do something, you see the result. You feel yourself useful. I mean, the young man, he feels useful because he just puts music out. That's it. But if you tell him he's useful because he puts music out, he comes out with a different sense of himself. And I think this is what Magic does. We are suggesting people to start to look at themselves, being useful, being,
I mean, there's a way we normally talk about either if you fill a glass of water, half of water, you can say it's half empty or it's half full. And the way you need to look into this is as a whole fool. I mean, you must uplift yourself every time.
Yeah.
I mean, the moment you think negative about the glass of water, you will see negative results. And I can tell you that's true. I mean, in the business world, in the financial world, if you are always negative about your business, you will see losses in your business as a bottom line. But when you're positive, you ignite the group of people who are working for you, and immediately your customers in every way, you see a positiveness and you see profits on your bottom line. I mean, that's the way you see life, as a positive line. And thank you. I mean, you inspire me also with your words here as part of that magic process. Thierry, just before we kind of prepare to say goodbye, and you're also working closely with municipalities in certain projects. Can you brief us on that, if you don't mind?
Municipalities are coming out of a huge drama and a huge trauma, because when there was a change of government, most of the people that were very qualified and worked in municipalities decided not to work for the new government. They just disappeared, and they came back to be used as consultant with a different objective that they had before, was to make money.
Yeah.
So automatically, when you have a situation like this in municipalities, people are completely disempowered because they are depending on consultants, which are big business, etc., etc. And so we had to actually do exactly the same process with municipalities, saying, you are self-sufficient. You have a complete way of becoming energetically independent. You can do your food sovereignty, everything. So what we do, we first of all change their perception of a municipality. They are at the service of the citizen, which we're coming out of a long period where it was a salary more important than a citizen. So we do a lot of repositioning about what the municipality does, and we introducing also sustainable development. Sustainability is for everybody. Development is not made by everybody. Very few people understand that, and particularly municipality. So we introduce principles of development. For example, bottom-up.
Right, yeah.
Public participation is important. You know, these kind of methodologies, which is to consider and having a different angle about how do you consider your communities.
Yeah.
They are rich. They are the richest. I mean, can you, as a mayor, survive without your 4x4? You can't. So, you know, we're saying, look at the community. They're collecting waste with trolleys from Pick and Pay, and they survive. This is where the innovation is. Because if you don't have these guys who are collecting all the things in the street, you actually have no waste management. And we're using a lot of examples coming from the community for them to understand the importance of the community. They are the central, because they are part of the community also. Because they've disconnected themselves by being, you know, mayors and all these kind of things. And so that's what we do in the magic. We reintroduce notions which are human, the humanity notions, nature, the way you consider nature, water, waste, everything, soil. You know, that's what, you know, it's a very funny work, but it's only also when you communicate with people inside the municipality. You meet the mayor, meet the LED thing, you meet the social development, the tourist person, the business people, and then you start to understand that there is a togetherness to apply.
Absolutely.
It's coming all right.
I don't know if you hear the story from our Premier in the Western Cape, Premier Winnie. Every first day of a month, there's an open night at Parliament, open night, from 5 o'clock till late, 10 o'clock at night. And every minister in the Western Cape are available that night, even the Premier. So anyone from the public can come. They've got a ticket, it's announced on the board there, and you've got your time to see any minister if you've got a problem. So it's that concept of servants, to serve the community, to be open. Someone can walk into and see you. I mean, it's not a problem. I mean, I experienced that firsthand because I was there 2 months ago and see how the system is working, and in fact invite me to see how the process is working. So I think more transparent, more open, more consistent is the way to go.
And more loving.
In loving, yeah, that's good.
Because you see, that's that concept of loving is very important, because you cannot have a relationship when love is not here.
Yeah.
For example, if you have only money in your life, I mean, you disconnect from love. I mean, most of the divorce are due to a few rands of difference or the color of the toothpaste. I mean, that's not going to be working.
Yeah.
But if you are looking at your common areas about what you love together, your children, the whole thing changes everything.
Absolutely.
So that's it,
Thierry, thank you for your time. It's now 14:54. We've got exactly 6 minutes left to say goodbye. Thierry, are you available on the internet, on a website? Where can the people find more about your programs?
We don't have website, but we have projects who have developed their own websites.
Okay.
What do? We are going to create what we call a regenerative learning open platform.
Okay.
Where people become students, learners, mentors, coaches, and they participate into exchanging these kind of magic views that hopefully will pick up some momentum.
Okay, so in the meantime, if you need to make contact with this magic man, you can contact the AHi and we will forward you the details. He's indeed the magic man, and his work is something out of the way. The third world, the fourth world. Thank you for that. And Esther, is daar enige manier hoe die vrouens met jou kan kontak maak? Jy het hulle nou al die pad nou genooi, so nou moet jy met hulle gesels.
Wil ek wel eintlik ook van die geleentheid gebruik om vir jou en die AHi dankie te sê vir jou ondersteuning. Jy maak dit net vir ons makliker. Jan, hulle kan e-pos vir my stuur by WC, wat staan vir die Western Cape, @sicbw.org, of hulle kan my skakel by 082 332 9438. Dit is baie welkom.
Absoluut. En natuurlik kan jy ook, as jy sukkel met daai nommer, want sy het so vinnig gepraat, jy weet, kan jy natuurlik haar op die AHi se webtuiste gaan rondloer, en stuur haar vir ons 'n boodskapie. Daar's ook live chat, klik op daai blokkie wat sê live chat, en dan sien jy sommer daar in die AHi se kantoor onmiddellik, en dan vra ek my, wat is Esther se nommer, or what is Thierry's number, and we will help you immediately with that information. So indeed, it was a privilege to have these two people here this afternoon. Within focus, or I like the way that you correct me by saying it's a problem. It's not a problem. I mean, in fact it's a solution. We just need to work on that. And also Esther van my kant af baie dankie vir jou insitte. Dit was allemaal baie lekker om te gesels. Thank you for that. En natuurlik, hierdie week is die tyd om goeie besigheid kan doen. En wat ek altyd sê is ook, gee 'n bietjie om vir die ander mense. Moenie ander mense vertrap op bo hulle trap nie, maar maak ook spasie. Kyk dan die mense rondom jou en gee ook van aan mense om, jy weet. En till next week, and Monday at the same time.